All right, if you haven't seen the first part, this is part 2 of this video. So this is a video I'm packing up to leave for a place called The Villages, which is a 55 and over retirement community in Florida. And I've also made a channel all about this trip, so please go over and subscribe to that. But anyway, I'm going to get right to part 2. So this is a walk around my gallery, and this is starting on the Pro 1000 and kind of working my way down into the equipment. Go ahead and click on the above link if you want to see part 1. Anyway, here we go right into part 2. The Pro 1000, the Canon Pro 1000, been around for a while, but I got one when they first came out. The only complaint I have about it, seriously, is that it doesn't have a roll on it. Now, for me, that's not a big deal, because to be honest with you, I hate messing around with roll paper, and as you'll see in a second, what I use that has roll on it, it's pretty big, but a pain in the butt. And for me, I just don't need to use the roll stuff. I much rather use cut sheet when I can. This is just a bunch of test pages, paper and stuff like that. The biggest advice I can tell anybody that's just getting started, pick a matte paper, pick some kind of coated paper, a luster, semi-gloss, something like that. Buy it from somebody now. I get some of my paper from Red River. I'll show you what paper I have over there and I actually use. Some of my paper from Red River. I love the paper. The thing is, they usually come out with some pretty darn good profiles to use, and I actually use them sometimes instead of mine because they're actually better, and I have to be honest with that. I do use other paper. I use Canson, and I'll show you in a second. But anyway, I went through tons of getting these samples and everything else, and I just never use them. So when somebody comes in and asks for a print, I go ahead and give it to them. This right here, they do make, this is a fly swatter. They do make these, and it's a really great thing to store your inks in. So you can't see it, but right here, I've listed each one of the colors to the Pro 1000, so I know when I'm out of ink. When I load one in, that's when I go back and order another one. But that's about it, and then I keep other printing supplies and that type of stuff and some other things down below. And let's move on to the big boy table and editing stuff I use. Let's get over there. This is my uplift desk. Now, I just talked about the other lift desk that I have over there. That was the $300 one at Costco. This is a lot more, and I had to really think about this. In fact, I thought about it for 6 months, but now after I did it, I am so happy that I did it. I absolutely love this thing. I mean, when I want to get under it to go work on my, plugging something in and out or checking on some of the wiring that's back there, that's what I use. Let's go ahead, and I bought this as extra, slides away. 2 LaCie 2D 8 terabyte hard drives, and the computer has 2 solid state drives in it. Bought that directly from Dell, loaded with RAM, so I'm not a computer whiz, but I do know that it works great. The uplift desk is programmed to different levels, so I don't have to touch it. It goes right back to my sit height, or I'm usually editing at right where it's going to come up to. That's a comfortable area for me. My monitors, 2 monitors, one 321C BenQ, which I've done a video or 2 on, and I got it when it first came out. Let me tell you, it was a bitch to work on. And they have since gotten all the software pretty much straightened out. Same thing, and I absolutely love it. Don't misunderstand me, I absolutely love this monitor. And so much so that I bought a second one, the 270, which is a 2K, so it's 4K, 2K, this is my reference monitor. The 2 of them work perfectly well together. There is a 271C that you may want to look into, but this is just, works out great. I love it. There's a lot of bells and whistles I will never use on there. Logitech lit keyboard. I don't know about you, but when I'm working later, when it's dark, when I'm editing, It's really nice because I can see the keyboard. The lighting is all remote controlled, so I can bring that up and bring that down. Usually I'm shooting the other way with this camera, which is the Canon, this is my backup Canon, the Mark IV. I'll show you my other camera over there in a little bit. The mics are the Blink 500s. I couldn't remember what the model number was. The Blink 500s, I like these things so far. None of these small ones are really all that great, but it works fine, and I use it with the GoPro also. Logitech webcam, and let's see, anything else? Oh, Wacom gets stowed away down there, which I really like. And this can be adjusted down or up, and it just kind of moves away. This was extra drawer, a lockable drawer. And I'll put the speakers and the lights, which I'm using. This light up here is also hooked into there, the remote control. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, the microphone is a Samsung G-Track Pro, and I use OBS to do my recording. I'm not a master at this, but after I got to figure it out, it's pretty good. Sound was a little hard to work with, but like I said, I'll put all these links on there. Most of it over to Amazon. I am an Amazon affiliate, so it sure helps when you click through. Even if you click through and go to other things, whatever it is, it helps out a lot. So anyway, thanks a lot. Let's go ahead and move over to the big boy printer here. Canon Pro 4000. As you can tell, I'm a Canon fan, and I'll tell you why. First of all, their equipment's good, and I've never had a problem with their service. Even with my printers, when I got the Pro 1000, they worked with me. They even sent me a new one because I got one from the very beginning and did a lot of testing. But a long time ago, when I was down in LA, they came and helped back me with equipment on my first short film. And I've always appreciated that. They went through to really help me out. Now, I worked hard to get it, but that was a good thing. And I've become friends with a lot of people over at Canon. So anyway, they've been really good to me. Besides that, I really love this printer. You take this printer and you hook me up with Lightroom and printing into QImage, which I would be pulling my hair out if it wasn't for QImage. And I have some other videos on QImage, so please go over and look at those. Absolutely love QImage. If it wasn't for QImage, I would still be pulling my hair out on this, especially with the layout. Anyway, I calibrate with X-Ray. I know there's other types out there, but I'm an X-Ray fan, and I use the i1 Pro 2. I know there's an i1 Pro 3 out, but actually I get pretty good results with this. I was just doing some tests on some black and white stuff, and that's what this is. I actually save these strips of paper like that just to wrap them around images when I roll them up. And this little thing right here is a white strip I usually use to actually write down the firmware dates and stuff on there, because sometimes it's kind of hard to tell whether you're updated or not. Anyway, that's about it. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go get a couple more things. Hang on. So I recently just started using, I'm going to try a roll of the Canson Rag Photographique, mainly for my black and white images. It was just a personal thing. I was using the Red River Smooth, which is loaded on here right now. I tried the Canson. I like Red River, but I just got a little bit, there was just something I liked a little bit about the paper better. Now that's a personal choice, because all the rest of my stuff is Red River. I have Red River Baryta, and they're all pretty heavy, right around 310 or so, and the Palladoro Soft Gloss. So I'm definitely a Red River fan, there's no doubt about that. But the Canson, and that's what I was doing these tests on with the black and white. That's kind of where it just kind of nailed it for me. So anyway, let's move around to some camera stuff or battery stuff. I don't know which, but anyway, let's go ahead and move on. All right, here we go. Kind of a funny story, but not so funny, which just totally ticked me off. I just did this whole spiel on this whole area over here, and my microphone somehow got unplugged, so the whole thing, I'm not repacking this stuff and making it look nice. It's already unpacked. So I'm gonna go through it really quick. And in case you jumped in the middle of this someplace, I'm doing this packing. This is everything I'm packing. I'm doing a trip down to the villages to go ahead and explore that. So if you would, go ahead and go over and subscribe to that. And let's go ahead and get started. And I'll show you all the crap that I take with me on one of these longer trips. First of all, I got my Autel drone. And this is a Pro Model 2, which has the full sensor in it. So I'm looking forward to actually doing some still photography when I'm there with, I got 3 batteries in there, so you get some really good time on that. So I'm gonna have some fun drone time. The next thing that's really, I've gotten asked questions about is these drawers. Do I know where to get these drawers? So I'll tell you how I got these drawers. I go around and I search on Facebook when I was putting together this gallery, when I built the inside of this, and I looked for places that were selling these, like architectural places, old building companies, real estate companies that are moving on. And I actually bought these 4 cabinets for $400 along with this top. And I found that, and I came back and I didn't want all 4, but I took 2 of them and I sold them for $400. So I basically got the whole thing for free. And these are great. These are really large. These are brand new, just top of the line drawers. So you can find a lot of cool stuff on Facebook. Go ahead and look for these, because if you put wheels on them, some people put wheels on them and glass tops, which are really cool. They make for a great way to store your images that you've printed out, and you can put it in as a coffee table, kind of rustic looking, and the glass top is another way to display your images. So let's take a look at camera gear really quick. First of all, backpacks. Low Pro is what I have. Now these are older ones. I've had this one since the beginning. This was my first one that I ever had, and it's been tortured and beat up and banged up, and there is not a stitch off on this thing. So they don't make this anymore. This was a 15-liter Flipside Sport. If anybody's listening from Low Pro, go ahead and tell me what's comparable, if anybody else knows which one. The only problem was it had these thin hip straps on the side. So if I put some kind of heavy stuff in there, put some water in there, it started to weigh down. You didn't get anything really braced all that well on your hips. So that's when I went to this one. And this is like when I only had 1 camera and a couple lenses, and that was it. And this was much better on your hips. This also could carry water in it, and a kind of like a Camelback type thing. Really like this a lot, and I still use this all the time. And I use that too when I'm just going on a short trip. Fit my drone and everything in there. The one I really like is this, and they don't make this anymore. So if anybody knows what this was or what size this was, I don't know, maybe this is 25 liters, and what's comparable, if Low Pro's listening or anybody's listening, let me know, because I like to be able to tell people. They keep asking me about this when I'm on the airplane, because I travel with it all the time. And I could actually fit a 500 millimeter, 2 camera bodies, and a crap load of lenses and other various equipment in this. Take it on the airplane, I'd stick my laptop and a book in there, and I was ready to go, and it went up in the overhead compartment. Even in the smaller jets, it would go in. So that was really amazing. I used Polar Pro. So I switched from Lee over to Polar Pro, and I haven't done a review on them, but so far I've played with them a little bit. Expect to use them a lot more when I get down into Florida. Lightning trigger always goes with me. I use the lightning trigger. Most people know that I am a guide during the summer. I guide people storm chasing, basically, not this year, but most years, from all over the world, and use the lightning trigger. Absolutely love it. I do not use it at night. There's no real reason for me to use it at night, and maybe we can talk about that later. Oh, let's see. I carry battery chargers with me. I also carry a small toolkit in here. I've got like little tiny Allen wrenches and all that kind of nonsense. Another battery charger over here. Pano, I use this a lot. And then I also have this, which straps on and holds with my camera on it, I can actually hold, and it's kind of like I look like Kwai Chang from Kung Fu Man with it on, but it holds my, there's a strap that goes around and it holds my tripod. Speaking of tripods, this is Eyeball Really Right stuff, and I literally beat the hell out of it. I mean, it gets the crap beat out of it. This head is brand new. It has the pan quick release on it, and I really like it. This is one of their, not the largest tripod, but kind of like upper middle, and I really like it. One of the real reasons I like it, I used to have, and you'll see on my other one, the snap kind, but with this, I can just take these like this, and I go like that, and we're done, right? When I want to undo it, it's just snap and pull. Boom, boom, boom. And so anyway, I really like it. Not saying it's the right way to go or it's good for everybody, but it really works for me. And the other camera, the camera I have that's actually taping this is a Canon Mark IV, and that's sitting on a smaller Really Right Stuff tripod, and the head I believe is a R30 maybe. That's what that is. My other camera, my new camera, which I'm really excited to go down and try. I love taking pictures of Raptors, which you can see the one right behind me. And the gimbal is a cheap gimbal. I don't think I'd recommend it to anybody, but it does the job for me. And so I really can't comment on it. I'm sure Really Right Stuff is a lot better, but the lens is one of the older, well, it's a Mark II, but it's the 500, and I have the ring adapter on there for the R5. So I bought the ring adapter when the camera first came out, and it has the adjustable ring on it for where you can set it to different things. I haven't quite found out a use for it yet, but maybe I will down the road. I don't know. Anyway, the R5, so far I really like it. I've got to play with it a lot more. Yeah, we'll see. It'd be great to try it down there. This is an old Manfrotto tripod that I have that I use strictly for that. The cool thing is, the reason I like it is because it has an adjustable ball head on it like that. So it makes it really easy. I can take it, slam it down really quick and go at it. Let's see. Intervalometer, really kind of cheap one. It's a Saatchi, I guess, or whatever. Kind of a knockoff on the Canon. I'll put the model number on there. But I've had this for 5 years. I still think they have the same model number, and it just keeps cooking. And I have this on a piece of Velcro, and I can attach it here. In fact, I have tape and Velcro all over my tripods, along with some little bungees on there to wrap cords and lines to it. Oh, let's see. Anything else of interest besides lens cleaners and that kind of stuff? Nope, that's about it. Let's go ahead and jump over to the other table over there, and I'll show you some of my things that I use for light painting and my battery chargers, which for me, it seems like I'm always charging batteries. Let's jump over there. All right, hopefully this works out, and we're getting towards the end really quick, but literally this is all the stuff I take with me and I pack up. I got a big packing crate that I put it in, but you know, when you're going that far, you want to make sure you have the equipment you like. If I was like a one-shot pony, but as far as images go, that would be fine, but I'm really eclectic, so that's why I keep a bunch of stuff around. Anyway, battery chargers. This is the greatest. It charges 2 of the Canon batteries. It also charges the new ones for the R5. Absolutely love this thing, and I will put links to all these down below. I've had this battery charger. This is a Maha, and I'll show you, I'll write which model it is, but I'm not sure which model it is. BHC81D. I think they make one really close to this, but this will charge 8 batteries at a time. It'll also do a slow charge on them. It'll also discharge everything and recharge them for you. This has been a wonder. I've had this one, man, this has lasted, I don't know, 5-6 years or so. And then I also have this one, which will do, this is 16 batteries. This has worked out really well too. I mean, I don't know if you can see this, but they are definitely beat up. I'm pretty hard on my equipment. Anyway, that's really good. When I have an inverter in my car now, so I don't know whether you guys know it or not, but you can get some pretty cheap inverters that'll run battery chargers for your car. But when I didn't, these basically plug into the wall, or there is a cord where you can just plug it into a cigarette lighter and get it to work. But when I was out in the desert, this is pretty much the way I used to charge my batteries. To keep track of the batteries, I bought these little things, and I love these things. I have them for 9 volts and these. And the cool thing is you can see on one side is you got negative and the positive, but when they're good, I leave them like this. And when they're not good, I turn them around like that, and then I know they need to be recharged. But they're really nice. They keep your batteries safe when you're traveling because nothing's exposed on this end for a little bit. But anyway, I really like those a lot. I know that they're still available, so I'll go ahead and put links. I've tried the Analoop and the Amazon Basics. The Amazon Basics are definitely cheaper. They seem to work fine for me, so I will put those links down below. GoPro, I have the most sophisticated GoPro protector in the world. An old sock. Yep, that's it, an old sock. I use this obviously for my vlogs and stuff like that. And this is a Ulanzi cage. It works pretty good when you use it. You have to realize that it's no longer waterproof. I did order a mod from GoPro, and who knows when I'll get it. They seem to be out of a lot of stuff. I'm not even going to tell you what this selfie stick is, because it's not even good enough really to hold this up. You can open it up into a tripod, which is great. I love it for that, but it is just, I went cheapo on this and I still can't get it to clamp down. Anyway, this can hook into my wireless, so that's really good. Now, as far as the light painting goes, this and the little smaller flat pen light that I showed you earlier, these are the two things I mainly use to do all my light painting. If you go look at some of the images, maybe I'll flash one up here. This is all I use, this and the small one. And then to bang light out of the windows, I use, these are the 600 EXT RTs. I just run around inside and use these to bang these. And I did the one of the bus. And the colored lights, I went and go ahead and use gels. So anyway, that's about it. I can't think of anything else. You know, I have various little clips and stuff like that. Paper cutter over here, but this is all like my little electronics area and GoPro stuff. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them down in the comments. Maybe I can answer them, or maybe somebody else can answer them. And so don't write to me on email, because I probably won't answer it. Just put stuff down below. And I really appreciate you doing this. All the things I have on here I've used for a while, except for probably that really right stuff, that one ball head, which so far I love. It's just a heavier model. Anything else you'd like to see me do maybe while I'm down there, go ahead and write it down in the comments. I'll try to get this out. And if you would, please jump over and subscribe to that other channel if you're in that retirement age and you're thinking about a cool place to live. So I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway, thanks so much for dropping in. I hope this helps somebody. I know it's kind of hard trying to figure out equipment, but I've used pretty much all the stuff that's on here, and I am happy with it. Anyway, like I always say, my camera is my best excuse for adventure. Get yours out of the box, get it out of the closet, get off the couch, walk out and meet people, go have a good time with your camera. Anyway, I will see you, maybe I'll see you in the villages, I have no idea. I'll see you later. Get it out and start clicking.